Welcome to Live Interactive English. My name is Sydney.
And I'm Mike. And yes, welcome everyone. We have a very interesting two-day article for you about weird jobs.
Yeah.
That's not the actual title.
Right.
The actual title is much nicer.
Yes.
It's The Road Less Traveled, Unusual Jobs That Really Exist. Weird jobs.
Weird jobs, yeah.
When you say the road less traveled, this is an expression that kind of means, a place or a way that most people don't go. All right, so you could say, I don't know, traveling across America by train is the road less traveled. People might drive across, take a bus. It's actually hard to take a train across America.
It is,
I think that's part of it. But it's not a normal, common way for people to do it. And if you say, I traveled across America by train, people might go, whoa, that's weird. Tell me that story. That's really interesting, unusual, and quite original. So these are weird, unusual, and very original or unusual jobs that really exist. These are real jobs.
Yeah.
We're not making them up. Can you think of any good weird jobs? I have one.
Okay,
Lighthouse keeper.
Oh, lighthouse keeper.
I always thought that would be an interesting job, right? Those lighthouses. I don't think they have them. I think they're all, computer controlled these days. But they used to have people who would live way out there, often not even on an island, and their job would be cleaning the glass on the lighthouse and making sure it doesn't go out. I was like, how do you get that job?
That's interesting.
What a strange job.
I saw something the other day. I saw a video of these people who, it's their job to basically go on the side of major ships in the ocean and essentially scrape off like dirt, debris, barnacles, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. It was kind of terrifying because they're essentially in the middle of the ocean next to this huge ship in the deep blue sea, and they're scraping these giant things off the ship. And I thought to myself, that's rather unusual. I think they make a lot of money. I think it's well paid, but I wonder, would I be able to do that?
Interesting.
It's a little scary. It's very unusual. Definitely not something for everybody.
Yeah.
And until I saw that video, I didn't know that job existed.
I don't even know what that job would be called.
I don't know.
A ship shaver?
A ship shaver?
Like they're
barnacle remover? I don't know.
Really do they work on the ship, or that's their only job?
I think that's their only job.
So they go from
down,
ship to ship.
They gear up. They have their oxygen tank. They have their big stick, and they're scraping stuff off the ship.
There you go.
Someone's got to do
both
it.
The lighthouses that protect the ships and the ship shavers who clean the ships. These are both weird and unusual jobs.
Yeah.
Let's find out about some more that have nothing to do with ships.
Let's do it.
Many people think of a job as sitting in an office, doing research in a laboratory, or working in a store. But have you ever dreamed of a job that doesn't fit such molds? Well, if you're looking for a job that's far from ordinary, you might consider one of these unexpected paths. Netflix tagger. If you enjoy watching movies all day or finishing a whole season of the latest TV show in one sitting, this might be your perfect career. A Netflix tagger watches hours of content and assigns specific keywords or tags to each show. These tags help the site's algorithm recommend new movies and shows to other viewers. However, because such positions are rare, they are highly sought after by those who know about them.
All right, so we are back and we are going to dive into the article today, which is again titled The Road Less Traveled, Unusual Jobs That Really Exist. And today is obviously day one.
There you go. So a bunch of jobs that most people don't do and most people don't even know about. If there's one here that really catches your attention, then hey, maybe you have a new career to go for. Let's get into it. It says many people think of a job as sitting in an office, doing research in a laboratory, or working in a store. Okay, yeah, this covers a lot of different jobs. Working in an office, business person, secretary, who knows. Working in a laboratory, scientist, researcher, even doctors and things like that. Working in science or medicine. Or working in a store, right? Everything from a fancy shoe store to a simple supermarket. That is a job that millions and millions and millions of people do. A pretty normal job. Even, yes, if it is in a laboratory or laboratory, as some people would say. A laboratory is basically a science place where science is done. You know that science class in your school that's a little different from the normal classes, and they have sinks and equipment and things that make fire, and you do science and chemistry? That is a laboratory. That is where scientific research is done. They have special equipment. They have special techniques for doing things that you don't find in other places. Usually they're very clean. Everyone wears a white coat, and they all know about science and stuff. For example, this laboratory tests blood samples daily. Could be in a hospital, could be somewhere else, but yes, that kind of job gets done by lots of people. It's a good job, but also kind of a normal job. Nothing too weird so far.
Yeah, all right. But have you ever dreamed of a job that doesn't fit such molds? All right, that doesn't fit such molds, that doesn't really fit into the ideal, that's not super basic, or, that's not just, teaching at a school, or, working in a store, or, anything like that. Have you ever thought of doing something out of the ordinary, something a little bit different?
Exactly right. Well, if you're looking for a job that's far from ordinary, or doesn't fit into those molds, right? Far from ordinary, a little strange. You might consider one of these unexpected paths. You might consider or think about one of these weird jobs. All right, we have a person, she's got a weird job. Her name is Hanny. She comes on every once in a while to explain grammar to us. What a weird job. Let's go check her out and see what she has to say today.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。许多人认为工作不外乎就是坐办公室啊，在实验室做研究，或者是在店里面上班。我们这2天课程要介绍几个与众不同的奇特职业。Mike 老师用到 weird 就可以形容奇怪的、怪异的。那么单字 laboratory 它可以指实验室，可以简称为 lab。那这个字也可以念作 laboratory。好，我们这边看2个重点。第一个 think of 加受词 as 加上名词，动词 ing 或者是形容词可以表达认为点点点是怎么样的，把点点点当成是什么。偏语动词 think of 在这边就是指认为、以为。例如 Ian thinks of himself as an optimist. Ian 认为自己是个乐观主义者。第2个重点是 far from 表示一点也不，远非点点点，用来强调语气。那它后面可以接形容词、名词或者是动词 ing。例如 The joke was far from funny. 那个笑话一点也不好笑。好，接着回到课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. Now we're going to dive into our first unusual job.
Cool.
You ready?
I am ready.
This one's really cool.
I'm waiting to hear about jobs and work I've never heard of before in my life.
All right, this first one says Netflix tagger. Wow. All right. Netflix tagger. Interesting.
So you're putting tags like price stickers on Netflix?
Right, that's kind of what it sounds like, but not quite. Not quite.
What is this all about?
All right, so it says here, if you enjoy watching movies all day or finishing a whole season of the latest TV show in one sitting,
I could do that.
This might be your perfect career.
Whoa.
All right, so I guess maybe I should do this. I love Netflix. I binge watch series all the time. Maybe this is the perfect job for me.
I think you're halfway there to getting the
job.
Let's just find out what exactly they do. We know their job is to watch lots of TV, but lots of people do that and don't get paid for it. So what's the work here?
The catch?
It says a Netflix tagger watches hours of content and assigns specific keywords or tags to each show. That's it?
That's it.
That's the job. That's what do you make, like $5 a day?
I wonder. I have to do research and find out. Google salary of Netflix tagger and see what pops up.
And also, how do I get the job? So basically, you're watching things, and I guess this is like when you watch something on Netflix, it'll say sci-fi, action.
Right. Thriller, horror.
And you're the person who says, you're basically describing shows.
Yeah, you're describing the show.
And you're assigning a name to that show.
Yeah.
This sounds like one of the easiest, best jobs ever.
You know, it sounds easy, but I've seen so many really quirky Netflix tags. It's like, binge watch in one weekend. If you just broke up with your boyfriend, click here. Valentine's Day, da-da-da. You know, little things like that. So maybe there's a bit more that goes into it than we think.
And also, you'd have to watch shows you're not really interested interested in.
That's true.
Right?
That
Because,
is
I mean,
very
there's a lot
true.
of things on Netflix that I'm like, I don't want to watch
and
that.
you're skipping, and maybe you're skipping it because of the tag that this Netflix tagger may be assigned to the show, right? So this Netflix tagger is assigning these descriptions to shows. To assign just means to give, right? They're giving a description, they're giving some adjectives to describe the show. Kind of like how in school, if your teacher would assign you homework, they're giving you something to do. So for example, we could say a number was assigned to everyone in the waiting list, or a number was given to everyone in the waiting list.
Like in some classrooms, the teacher will say, okay, you sit here, you sit there.
Right, we
They
have
will
assigned seating in a classroom.
assign your seats or something like that. And this is for specific words and specific shows. When we say something specific, we're talking about this exact one. Not one like it, not one that might be in the group, this exact one, okay? So for example, you might say, I'd like to have Italian food for my birthday. Well, do you have a specific restaurant that you really like? One Italian restaurant that you love above all the others? Or is any Italian food restaurant okay, right? If you want to know the exact one, you need the specific name or something like that. Not a general name, not a group name, an exact one for one thing. For example, this medicine is for a specific illness, not general pain relief. So just because it hurts doesn't mean you can take this medicine. This medicine is for if you hurt your back, but it won't work or it won't help for other problems like a toothache or a headache or something like that. It needs the specific drug for the specific problem or disease.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, tags. Interesting.
The Netflix tags.
That's my job. I watch movies and then put words on the movies.
Yeah. Now what do these tags do?
I don't
So
know.
it says here that these tags help the site's algorithm recommend new movies and shows to other viewers.
I see.
Okay, so now whenever I'm getting recommended a new show or a new series or a new movie, now I kind of understand where the recommendation's coming from. then.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you watch a lot of horror movies with horror, it'll give you other movies that are called horror movies or something like that. Now, you might think that this is a great job and lots of people would want this job, right? Right. It says, however, because such positions are rare, they are highly sought after by those who know about them. Well, now we all know about them, so that's bad news for people who want the job. But yeah, it's a very fun, easy job, so a lot of people want the job. So Netflix isn't often looking for people. And I would imagine that if I knew Sydney had the job and she quits to go to medical school to be a doctor, I might say, hey, can I have your job?
Right.
And she might just kind of give it to me,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
finding someone who has the job would be a much easier way of getting it than just asking, because everybody wants that job. Just like everybody wants Hanny's job. That's why she is going to be here forever, because she's the best.
来看第一个职业是 Netflix 影片标注员，他们得看好几个小时内容，为每一部影片来标记特定关键字或是标签，来帮助网站的演算法向其他观众推荐新电影和新节目。喜欢追剧的人应该很想要这份工作，不过它职缺很少，很抢手。Sydney 老师刚刚用到 binge watch 这个动词就可以表达追剧。老师也提到他看过不少古怪的标签，老师用到 quirky， 它就可以形容古怪的、奇特的。那课文单字 assign， 它是动词，表示指派、指定、分配或者是赋予，像赋予功能或角色。Specific 是形容具体的、明确的、特定的。那这边有一个重点是 be sought after。它可以表达很抢手、很热门。好，动词 seek 它三态是 seek, sought, sought。原本意思是寻找、寻求，这边用 be sought after 是以被动形式来表达很抢手、广受欢迎。那我们看看一个例句是 The job is highly sought after。那份工作非常抢手。好，接回到课文中。
Okay, guys, that's the first part of our article. I think we might have found our favorite weird job already.
I think so.
And we have several more to go, plus tomorrow. So let's find out about some other weird jobs and see if any of them are quite as good as Netflix tagger, because it is a hard job to get, right? So we want to have options.
We do.
We're going to come back with some more weird jobs right now.
Snake milker. This job is definitely not for everyone. A snake milker takes venom from some of the world's most dangerous species of snakes. Using special tools, they carefully handle the snake and encourage it to bite onto a collection container so the venom can be safely gathered. This venom is extremely valuable because scientists use it to create life-saving medicines called antivenom. While it is a risky career, these professionals help save thousands of lives every year.
All right, so we are back from our break.
Yes.
Now, before the break, we kind of agreed that we would both love to have the job of a Netflix tagger. Now, what about this next job? You think you might want to take it? What do you think?
I don't know. Just going from the title of the job, I think Netflix tagger is still better, but it does have a cool name, I will say.
It does.
Snake Milker. Snake Milker. No, that's not the name of a bad superhero. I am Snake Milker. No, it's the name of this job.
Hey.
What is it? Well, it's kind of there in the name, but we'll explain it more. This job is definitely not for everyone. It involves working with snakes. And I know there's lots of people out there who would just be like, no, all right, that's it. I've heard enough. Snakes, no thank you. I do not want to work with snakes. What are you doing? Well, it's actually really interesting and really important too. A snake milker takes venom from some of the world's most dangerous species of snakes. Your job is actually to get the poison or the venom out of the snakes. And of course, that comes out of their teeth. And so you're milking the snakes. It's a bit confusing because, of course, milk doesn't come out of teeth.
Right.
Snakes don't make milk at all anyways. Only mammals make milk.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, you know, getting a milk out of a cow. I think the venom is often kind of a white color, kind of a milky color. But what they do is they kind of put the teeth into a cup and they get the snake to pump out that venom and they collect it for use in hospitals and other places.
Yeah, I'm assuming they use it for a lot of research and maybe they need it to kind of also develop some sort of anti-venom as well, maybe.
Exactly
okay.
Right, yeah.
All right. So using special tools, they carefully handle the snake and encourage it to bite onto a collection container so the venom can be safely gathered.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Collection container. So collection, right? Collection is essentially when you are just, it's like a gathering of something all together, right? So in this case, the snake's venom is going into a collection container, right? So it can be collected. Maybe you like to collect trains, or you have a collection of like Pokemon cards or a collection of baseball cards, something like that, right? So for example, we could say each city has a collection system for plastic waste. Oh, okay.
There you go. And often with our waste, we put our waste or garbage in a container. Container is a big word and it just kind of means something you put other stuff in. A box is clearly a container, a jar, a bottle, all sorts of different things like that. Depending on what you want to keep, you'll have a different container for it. Some containers are made for hard, dry things. Some containers, like a bottle, is made for liquid or wet things. But basically, it's just something that you put other things into in order to keep them, move them, store them, protect them, or something like that. For example, this container is too small for all the items I have. I'm guessing this container is a box, but it could be something else too, because a container just holds other stuff. And you know what is a container for massive amounts of information?
Hanny?
Hanny's brain. It is so filled with good stuff, and she's going to let us share some of it.
第二个职业是取蛇毒员，他们负责从世界上一些最危险的蛇身上提取毒液。那先用特殊工具小心的固定蛇，诱导它咬住收集容器，以便能安全的采集毒液。好，单字 collection 名词表示收集或收藏品 ，container 这个名词表示容器。我们接回课文中。
Okay, a snake milker. So their job is to work with snakes and get the venom, which is, of course, that poison. We call it venom because it comes out of their teeth. They get that venom and they use it to do good things. This is also not just working with snakes, which a lot of people wouldn't like. This is working with some of, or the most dangerous snakes.
Right, exactly.
I mean, there's some really dangerous snakes with very dangerous venom. And as you're milking them, there's a good chance they could bite you.
Yeah.
I'm sure sure they have protection, but still, it would be, I would definitely be nervous on my first day. And so why are they doing this dangerous and weird job? It says this venom, the stuff that they're milking or getting out of the snakes, this venom is extremely valuable because scientists use it to create life-saving medicines called anti-venom, as you mentioned. If you are unlucky to be out there, I don't know, hiking and you get bitten by a snake, they will take you to the hospital. That is why, if it is possible, try to get a picture or remember what the snake that bit you looked like, because then they will be able to get the anti-venom, which is medicine that will fight against that poison that is now in you. And that anti-venom, that medicine, actually comes from the snake's venom. They just change it to make it sort of work against the venom, why it's called an anti-venom. But yes, if you do get bitten by a snake, get a picture, describe it. If you can kill it or something, that's great too, because they might ask you, what did it look like? And I know you're like, I don't know, I was scared for my life, but it is a good idea, and this is why.
Now, while it is a risky career, these professionals help save thousands of lives every year. So right, it is risky, you are taking a chance, you are kind of putting your life and your safety on the line by doing this type of job, but we do need people like this. We do need these specifically professionals, right? If you're not a professional, please don't go out and go into the woods and grab a snake and grab it and try to, you know, save the day and be a snake milker. Leave it to the professionals, because we do need them to help save thousands of lives every year from people who do unfortunately get bitten by snakes. So we need them.
That'd be a good thing, a good feeling, right? Doing that job, you're like, this venom could save someone's life someday. Wouldn't that be great? And of course, the people who often get in serious danger after a snake bite are children, old people, you know, so you could be saving their lives. Wonderful. You know who else is wonderful? Hanny. Let's go see what she's up to.
课文提到这些毒液非常珍贵，因为科学家会利用它来制造救命药物，称为抗蛇毒血清。好，文中的 life saving 是形容救命的 ，anti-venom 表示抗蛇毒血清。我们进入到课文中。
All right, thank you so much, Hanny. So what did we learn today? We learned about a Netflix tagger. We learned about snake milkers who are professionals who gather venom from snakes and they do research. They make anti-venom to save lots of lives every year. I think we've established that you and I would still rather take the Netflix tagger job over the snake milker job.
I've had some ideas about this.
Okay.
I want to be rich, so I'm going to do both of those at the same time.
Okay, all right.
Right? I mean, what could go wrong? I'm watching a Netflix show that's really exciting and milking a snake at the... Ow! Oh, I see what could go wrong.
Exactly.
I'd be watching TV and the snake would be chewing on me.
Oh my gosh.
That would be bad.
That would be it.
And you're probably not allowed to have a Netflix on your TV in your science lab.
I don't think so. I don't think
so. So boring. God. All right, guys, that's all the time we have today. We will be back tomorrow with more weird jobs. Hopefully by the end of it, we'll be able to combine all of the jobs into one mega weird job.
Okay.
And we'll be working on a lighthouse with snakes while watching TV and scraping things off ships, like you mentioned earlier.
Let's see if we can do it. Who knows?
Come back tomorrow to find out.
Many people think of a job as sitting in an office, doing research in a laboratory, or working in a store. But have you ever dreamed of a job that doesn't fit such molds? Well, if you're looking for a job that's far from ordinary, you might consider one of these unexpected paths. Netflix tagger. If you enjoy watching movies all day or finishing a whole season of the latest TV show in one sitting, this might be your perfect career. A Netflix tagger watches hours of content and assigns specific keywords or tags to each show. These tags help the site's algorithm recommend new movies and shows to other viewers. However, because such positions are rare, they are highly sought after by those who know about them. Snake milker. This job is definitely not for everyone. A snake milker takes venom from some of the world's most dangerous species of snakes. Using special tools, they carefully handle the snake and encourage it to bite onto a collection container so the venom can be safely gathered. This venom is extremely valuable because scientists use it to create life-saving medicines called anti-venom. While it is a risky career, These professionals help save thousands of lives every year.
最后，我们来复习今天课文里的单字文法。单字的部分有 laboratory， 它是名词，表示实验室 ；assign， 动词，表示指派、指定、分配，或者是赋予，像赋予功能或角色。specific 是形容具体的、明确的、特定的。collection 名词，表示收集、收藏品。container 名词，表示容器。文法的部分，第一个学到 think of 受词 as 加上名词或动词 ing 或形容词，可以表达认为点点点是怎么样的，把点点点当成是什么什么。第二个学到 far from 表示一点也不怎么样，远非怎么样怎么样。第三个学到 be sought after 表示很抢手、很热门。那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Dude, what's going on? You look like you're about to have a heart attack.
I totally messed up the sales report, and the boss wants to see me in her office in 10 minutes. Guess it's time to face the music.
Wait, face the music? What, is she gonna play some music for you when you go in her office?
No, Shane, it just means that it's time to face the consequences of my mistake.
Oh, okay, I got it. Well, maybe she won't be as harsh as you think.
I doubt it. Last time someone was called into our office, he was completely out of it for the rest of the day.
Hi everyone! Today we'll be discussing the phrase face the music.
That's right. It means to accept the consequences of your actions or mistakes.
It's like standing on stage in front of a big audience. You're nervous, but the music starts and you just have to go for it.
Exactly. It's all about confronting a tough situation or dealing with an unpleasant outcome head on.
For example, he missed the project deadline. So now it's time to face the music and take responsibility.
Or she didn't prepare for the job interview, so she had to face the music when the questions came.
So when we make a mistake, no matter how uncomfortable it is, facing the music is often the first step toward making things right.
Exactly. And that's all for today.
Okay, see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.